Oluwatosin, Oluwatosin, the Jesus that I know is enough for me. Oluwatosin, Oluwatosin, the Jesus that I know is enough for me. Is that your song right now? As a single sister hoping to be married, and in your choice of being married, you want to marry someone who is spiritually cold? Or is that your song as a single brother? And in your choice of being married, you want to marry a sister that is spiritually cold? Now, I don't mean there is a difference between someone who is spiritual and someone who is a fanatic, right? I'm not saying go and marry a fanatic. I mean, you truly want to open your eyes and marry someone who is spiritually cold, in the sense of being spiritually cold. My video is not to teach about spiritual coldness or not on this particular episode, but I'll take my time to teach on it, so that when you are making your choice, you will want to decide who you truly want to marry if you want to keep your fire burning. But today, I'm going to give you 5 reasons why you should reconsider your step if you want to marry someone who is spiritually cold. Except, of course, you were directed by the Holy Spirit. God told you plainly. You heard. Marry that brother or marry that sister. But if it's because I love him, I just have feelings for him, if that's the only reason why you as a spiritual person wants to go and marry that person who is not spiritual, I will appeal to you to rethink your decision. I don't want the sound of anything to distract what I want to tell you right now. So I'm putting my second phone on silence. Because your decision to want to marry a spiritually cold person is not just touching on you as a person, because it will eventually touch on your life. It will eventually touch on everything that relates to you. But it also has the tendency of touching the innocent, darling, beautiful children you will bring into this world. So it's just not about you. It will touch you, it will touch your children, it will touch the family you are coming from, it will touch his family or her family, whoever is deciding to marry a spiritually cold person. So I'm going to give you 5 reasons why you should sit down and rethink whether or not you want to marry that person. The very first reason you will have to consider is there is a tendency that you will become cold too when you marry that person. Imagine your prayer time is 12 midnight and this person stays up late at night and decides to watch film till about 11:30, 12. And the person wants you to partake in watching film with him or her. Right? That's the person's understanding of couples time, spending time together. And because you want to balance it, you're not going to say outright, no, I don't want to watch film because I want to pray. No. You're going to now spend time with your partner to watch that film. If you watch film from, let's say, 9 p.m. till about 12 midnight, the truth is you will not be able to concentrate in prayers when you want to start praying by 12. You are most likely going to be, seeing the second part of the film that you have just finished watching. So you're not going to concentrate in your prayers. That's going to be a problem to you. So very soon you yourself, you're going to be lukewarm after your marriage to this person who is not spiritual. That's one danger of marrying somebody who is not spiritual. Your personal spirituality is in trouble. Number 2, you may have open door in your home. Now, if your partner is one who does anything, the person is not spiritual, maybe the person just have that natural good, oh, I'm good kind of a thing nature, but the spirituality is really not there. The tendency that the person will start seeking advice from people that are not spiritual is there. So the person is going to be bringing in ideas not directed by God, but ideas directed by other friends and relatives or people around who are also not spiritual. So there is always going to be this, clash about ideas, clash about, this is how I want things done. Do you feel this is how you want things done? So there's always going to be that issue, that open door for the enemy to want to come into your home and cause quarrel here and there. So today is like you're offended with your spouse, she's offended with you, tomorrow you're offended. So there's always going to be that off and on offenses. And if the person is such that the person does not really have that innocent heart not to keep malice, you're going to have trouble managing malice with that person. But if the person naturally is the one who doesn't like malice, and you may be lucky that the person will not keep malice with you. But if the person is one who does not care, you're going to battle with those kind of open doors to the enemy, because the enemy comes in to steal, to destroy, to kill in your home. So you're just going to be, rigmarolling. Number 3, because I don't want this video to be too long, is you have this danger waiting for you. Naturally, except for children who God just blessed naturally and they just like spiritual things, they just like they're like adults, they just grow and they just want to, do spiritual things. They are naturally blessed with it. Outside that, normally children do not like people that are very spiritual. They like the ones who will take them to places, have fun, dance. Children, naturally they were born with a little silly ingredients in them. And that's why the Bible says, do not spare the rod, so that you can beat out that silliness out of them and make them focus in life. Now, if you have a partner who does not care about spirituality, there's a likelihood that your children will teach towards that. That partner who does not really like spiritual things. So it's like you are left alone. Now you're not just going to be battling, trying to bring your partner to love God or to know God. You're going to start battling with your own children, your own biological children, trying to get to know God. Because you have a partner who does not care about spiritual matters. So you want to rethink your decision to really marry somebody who does not care about spiritual matters. Number 4, you have no backup. Because now you are married. Your parents back up, your prayer partners back up, but the major backup you will have in your life is your partner's backup. Now you are weak in the house, or you are feeling sick and you cannot pray or keep up with your prayer time. You don't have a partner who is coming to lay hands on you. That is yet another way of romance, right? Where you have a partner who comes, lay hands on you and declare the word over you. The person declares the word over you and stand in the gap. In case it is a spiritual attack, the person is able to stand in the gap and rebuke it on your behalf, because at that point you are weak. But if you decide to marry a spiritually weak or a non-spiritual person, you will not have that kind of backup in your home. If you are not careful, if the person is just spiritually weak, you may be lucky. Your prayer partner's prayers and your family's, your mother's or your father's prayer may be able to help you out, right? That's minimal help, because now you have your own family and you have your own authority. So their authority over you is not 100% anymore. Now, if the person is just spiritually weak, you may be able to manage or navigate your way. But if the person is possessed, like the enemy actually uses the person, your life is in serious danger. And that's number 5. Your life may be in danger. You may actually lose yourself, or you may actually lose your life. Lose yourself in the sense that the ministry or the call or the assignment that God gave to you before the beginning of time to achieve, you may not be able to achieve it. Again, you may become so annoyed, so irritated with the person's lifestyle that you will begin to lose yourself. if you were not the one who complains before or quarrel much, you may end up becoming, the Bible says, stay away from someone who is easily hot-tempered so that they don't rub it off on you, right? So if you marry someone who also is easily, the person is hot-tempered, quick-tempered, and before you know it, the person gets angry. Before you know it, the person gets angry. The person is also waking up something inside of you. Soon enough, you're going to be battling anger. So you may eventually lose yourself in the process, that you wake up one day and you can't recognize yourself anymore. You can't recognize you. Like, is this me? What happened to me? Marriage changed you because you decided to marry a partner whose heart is not fixed on the Lord. Or if it's in a very extreme cases where your partner actually practices all this spiritism, like the person is a witch, or the person has one issue or the other, or has one touch or meeting with any other spiritual body outside your faith, you may actually be a target to take you out. So you see, before you decide to sit down and tell yourself, it doesn't matter, I don't want to marry a spiritual sister, I don't want to marry a spiritual brother, no, I don't want somebody who is so spiritual, I want somebody who is weak spiritually. Before you decide to make that decision over your life, over your unborn children, over your family, because that's a bonus point that I want to give you. If the person is so spiritually weak, it can actually cause problem between you and the family you are coming from, or the family you are married into. Yes, you may have issues. Now, family may think there's something wrong with this person, and then the talk is going on here and there, and then fight between families and families is going on because you made the decision. So, your decision to marry someone who is not spiritual touches you as a person, touches your children, touches both families, and if care is not taken, it touches your church where you fellowship. So, it has a wide range. Before you get into that point of, oh, I don't want to marry a spiritual brother, oh, I don't want to marry a spiritual sister, think very well. Check the pros and the cons very well before you make up your mind and marry that spiritually cold brother or that spiritually cold sister. If you can handle the consequences, I wish you well. But if it is the Lord who leads you to go and marry such a person, be rest assured that it's just a matter of time. That person will change. The person will become spiritually active, so hot for the Lord that you can't even recognize, like, is this a cold person I married? So draw a curtain. Be led by God. If it's God that is leading you to marry the person, go ahead. You will be glad you did, because the person will become far better than the one that you think is born right now. But if it's not the Lord that is giving you or leading you, you just like the flashy way the person dresses, you just like the phonetics the person speaks, you just like the freestyle, the life, the way the person live and just carry herself or himself. You like the bad girl vibes, you like the bad boy vibes, and you think it will be more romantic, she will be more romantic in marriage. You want to reconsider and think very well, because your life is in danger with whatever decision you decide to make in marrying that person. This channel is out to bless lives. So please subscribe, like, put on your notification bell so that as soon as I drop a video, you will know. Thank you for always coming back. See you in my next video. Bye.